Summer is in session at Icon Park. Welcome back to Season 3, Episode 7 of Summer Sessions, a Carlton Media Preseason podcast. I'm Christian Philippo, your host. Grace Calac making her debut in the producer chair today. And today we're again going back to Season 2. We had these two on individually last year, and we may hear the fact that they are actually brothers who play football for the Carlton Football Club together. You can see who it is.
The Camporellis.
Not the Camporellis. We'll get onto that. Ollie and Elijah. Elijah and Ollie, not sure who would prefer to go first. Probably you because you're the older one, but you've been here longer.
Sure.
The Hollands boys, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Critter.
Thanks, Critter.
Welcome back to the
We're
show,
back,
actually, I should say.
We're back.
Yeah, we are back.
I reckon this time last year we had the chat about maybe trying to separate you two as, you know, as individual people. And then we've
And
just
now
hit
you're
into
bringing
it.
us right back into it. Yeah.
And here you are.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Happy.
Was this? You don't live together anymore, so you
Nah, yeah, I guess it's smart. We probably should see each other.
At
now.
some point.
Yeah, at some point. So you clever from the club to bring us back in together.
Well, again, we've asked you already the classic questions on Summer Sessions about go-to karaoke songs. So we had you on last year. I don't know if both of you listened to the other on the show. I assume not, because you're probably sick of hearing each other's voice. But Lige, what did Ollie say was his go-to karaoke song?
I literally read the transcript before and I forgot it.
First of all, I said don't read that bit, and you've
Well, that's how as I was reading it, I forgot it. Selfishly, I just read what I said. I've forgotten. I forgot what Ollie said.
Ollie, what did you say?
I've got no idea. But
You were very quick on the response. You were very sure that it was Poker Face by Lady Gaga.
I remembered mine. I thought you were asking me what was his.
Yeah. Well, do you know what his would have been?
No.
I read mine. I'm not so sure on mine. I don't know. I probably wouldn't pick that now.
What was it?
Wonderwall by Oasis. I
it
probably
really?
would. Yeah, I
would never have guessed that.
I wouldn't pick that now. I don't know why I said that last
What would have been now then? If you're going to change it,
year. A few Red Hot Chili Peppers songs in the rotation at the moment. If I went karaoke, maybe
I'm not sure that lends itself to karaoke, but
they're
Where have you pulled this
Californication. Like if you put
True.
that on, lots of people know that song.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's a karaoke song.
okay, gets him going.
Yeah. I'd
Okay.
probably go something like that. I wouldn't pick Wonderwall now. That wouldn't be in my top 20, I don't reckon.
Not top 20.
No, I don't know
You're
where
a
I
changed
pulled
man.
that from, yeah.
A lot of growth in the last 12 months.
Yeah.
What about you? You keeping Poker Face?
Nah, that was a bit random. But I'd probably one that is on repeat at the moment is the Bruno Mars song "Die with a Smile."
Yeah.
Yeah, that I play that pretty much every time I get in the car.
That's a belter.
That's a great one.
And follow up to that, what would your duet go-to karaoke song be?
Oh.
First thing that came to my head was "Passion Fruit."
Yeah,
by
we sing
Drake.
that song got a massive play when we were kids.
It was like our family song.
Right.
Every time we'd go on.
Yeah,
a
like even
road
like
trip.
dad, mum and dad loved it. Like we really loved it. Like it was
So Passion Fruit,
Yeah.
by Drake. Yeah, it's actually one of my favorite songs ever, for some reason.
but you wouldn't do it solo.
Yeah.
No, you could.
You could, but that's probably the first.
But it's probably
one that
like
comes to
again,
mind.
probably not a karaoke song.
True.
But it's,
It's what you make of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Good break?
Yeah, it was good. It went quick.
Yeah.
Went really quick, but it's sort of what are we in week 3 now since being back?
Yep.
But yeah, it's moving along really quickly. I think next week back at Icon Park, hopefully. So be nice to get back here and back into the swing of things here, which would be good. But yeah, it's gone really quick.
How much golf was played, Lodge?
Plenty.
How many days?
What do we have? 3 weeks, 21 days.
20.
I probably would have hit a golf ball 10 of those days.
Yep.
Which
I
is
don't
good
think
fun.
I played as much as you. I'd have been
No, I'm like Ollie's sort of fallen off a little bit. Not fallen off, but like I'm so heavily on it at the
Is
moment.
this because he's still trying to catch you?
Like Ollie's probably actually held steady on how much he like, wants to play and stuff. I'm just so like fixated on it.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Yeah.
Like I've got to the stage where I haven't had this before, but like I just want to go to the range. Like I just want to go practice and then I want to go play. I'm getting obsessive with it, which I'm not sure
Like,
about.
I can tell the look in your eyes. Like,
Yeah,
you're,
like I spent
you're itching
3
for it
hours
now.
at the driving range on Saturday. Like
He's got the hunger for it, where I'm losing that hunger.
it's because I've started beating. him.
Yeah.
Well, this is
If
the
I have a-
follow-up.
But if
Because I
I have a
started
double
beating
bogey, my handicap round's done.
But like, no, but not even handicap rounds. Like I'm actually just beating him now. His handicap's still
and
better.
This time
but
last
we're
year,
like,
that was not happening.
I'm beating him, and
So, but you're now coming from it as I don't really care that much about golf anymore.
No, I'm finding it just so hard. So if I ever hit double bogey or one bad hole, I'm finding
You've
that
lost it.
I've lost it.
Well,
my round's done.
Well, this is very interesting because it's a far cry from you, I reckon, last year, because humility is one of the 6 values of the Carlton Football Club and something we take very seriously. And you might disagree with this, Lodge, but I think Ollie is a very humble young man.
Okay.
Except when it comes to golf.
Yeah.
And just something changes in him.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
But not anymore because you're no good.
Losing it. So
Yeah, I don't know what's happened. I don't know what happened to you. Like you say, I don't know what happened to you. By his own lofty standards, like he was flying and then sort of dropped the ball a bit. And
When'd you go on like a
maybe
few weeks ago?
he's dropped. Yeah, like this has happened in probably the last month and a half, 2 months.
So
I've had 3
We've
rounds.
got you at a bad time.
So like through the off season, Ollie was dominating, and now
I've had 3 rounds. My last 3 rounds has beaten me, essentially.
Well, there was a YouTube channel that was planned at some point
oh yeah.
with a now former teammate.
Yeah.
Is that dead in the water or is that just on ice? Can we talk about it?
To be honest, like, oh yeah, we could probably talk about it.
It was Chugga's idea. It was Matt
It was
Kennedy's
Chug's idea. I don't know what involvement I was supposed to. I didn't like ever say I was in it. I'd said I'd happily like play and like
Interact.
interact in like, but I didn't know really what was going on. I think you were in.
I was
Ollie
quite
and
keen.
Chug were in on this golf
were
YouTube
also there.
channel, and I was there. I was playing.
Is that fair?
And Beck
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Beck was also there.
Yeah. I think, we actually, we went out and actually filmed a video and it
And
looked
you were
great.
there.
Well, we were there for the one for the Carlton's
That was the
channels.
Carlton one. But we
Then
went
the
out
other
with
ones,
Beck, myself, Lige, and Chugga, and we actually made a video, and it actually looked quite good, but I don't think we didn't quite understand what it actually takes. Like
We
how
don't
much goes
just all
behind
make things
the
look pretty and
scenes.
then we're done.
Nah.
There's a bit of work that goes into
It
this.
looks really
So Elijah was pretty happy to just come out, play golf,
Yeah.
have videos taken of his swing and put it up on YouTube.
Nice and
but
aesthetic.
Yeah,
all
but-
of the stuff behind the scenes, he was like, "Nah, I'm not. I don't want to be a part
No,
of that."
but that also meant that I wasn't. If it started going well, I wasn't going to get anything in return.
True. Silent partners.
I was
Well, not
just-
silent. You're
I
just-
I just said I was like, oh, I probably won't be there for every video you blokes want to do, but I'll put my head in and take
He
it
says
out.
this now.
did,
I always said that. I've always said that.
did the name of the channel ever get confirmed? I think Chug's Chunks was originally.
Chuggers chunks. Is it like that's
Yeah.
it's a
That
Matt
was the
Kennedy
hardest
owned
part.
corporation.
Yeah, clearly. Maybe the Western Bulldogs. Maybe a team might
Well,
be
they've got
listening in.
they've got a few boys that actually do like TikToks and stuff.
Yeah.
So
We don't really. We've
no,
got a bit of
we
a
don't do that.
reclusive
Like
group, don't we?
golf TikToks.
Yeah.
So there's 4 or 5 of them.
They've got actually.
So Chug might
Yeah.
be. I haven't seen any of like Chug might be getting amongst that.
Well, we had a lot of golfers here.
A lot of them are on ice.
Yeah, well, they've all become dads and they're all a bit
they're
busy
all dads.
now.
Yeah, they're all in hiding at the moment.
Are you trying to recruit any more, or is it just the group's just dwindled?
Time to time, we get a few that come out. That,
Dwindling, yeah.
That enjoy golf, but aren't necessarily out probably once every fortnight or so. So we've probably got Lemmy's one.
Lemmy floats in and out. There's a few boys that were like, that are sort of dads waiting for a niggle or two to go away
Yep.
so then they can get back to the course. There's a few that hopefully aren't too far away. But there's a lot of people that are like members out of the golf course that we're at or regularly play when available. So
Yeah.
we'll have to wait and see.
Is this whole chat going to be about
I was literally saying this chat, this podcast
Golf
could be a
orientated.
half-hour golf podcast.
He will talk about golf.
Yeah, so I'm going to line in the sand now,
Okay.
moving on from golf, because we here at Summer Sessions do have a bit of beef with the both of you.
With the what, sorry?
We've got beef with the both of you.
Oh, okay.
Because this time last year we spoke to you both individually and it was all about, I'm really excited to be back with my brother and playing together and we're going to live together because we haven't lived together since Lige went off to boarding school.
And we did.
For a year, now you're done. What happened?
I had to get out.
So you got out
too
of...
much. He actually got out first, but I'd
Just to want that on the record.
yeah. But I guess I sort of was looking. I spent a lot of time with the 2 Irish boys
Yep.
and Harry Lemmy, so we sort of saw it as an opportunity. Like Harry was keen to move a bit closer to the club. I lived with him in my first year, and we really enjoyed it. And I probably was excited to go back into a bit bigger of a house, a share house, and probably have a little bit more fun.
Why not live with your
this
mates?
guy.
Why not live with your mates? Like I told him, it was good. Last year was good. It was perfect, especially for me to transition new club, being back in Melbourne. But he's 20, 21. I'm speaking like I'm 30, but he's 20.
You sound like you're 30.
Yeah, 20, 21-year-olds that are like, they got two
So
boys
mature.
that have come across from Ireland. Why not? Why wouldn't they live together and enjoy the time together when Ollie and I did grow up in the same house, and we had the year last year to reconnect and stuff like that. And their house is great.
So no bad blood between the two of you.
No.
Oh, of course there is. Just not in living.
Okay.
No bad blood between you and Len. He took you back.
No, he's got me. Yeah. Yeah. No, we were always keen to move back in together at some point. He's a great lad, and we get along really well. And same with the two Irish boys. They're very funny. They're extremely random.
Lunatics.
Yeah.
Extremely random. They're genuine dawdlers. Like they'll walk
On
around the
go slow mode.
shops, and then they're like, we'll be in the shops, and then all of a sudden they're both just gone. And we'll have no idea where they are. So.
Do you hear the story about Rob in like his first month here?
No.
So probably in his first week, he
Other than going to a music festival with Jordan Boyd, which is
that's
a question mark.
he'd been here.
Ash.
He'd been here for a few days. No, this isn't with Ash. Oh, when he was living with Ash.
Yeah.
He'd been here for like a few days, and he hadn't transferred his SIM card over.
Yep.
So he couldn't have data outside of his own house.
Yep.
Or at the club where he had Wi-Fi. So he needed Wi-Fi to be able to talk to people.
Yep.
On his mobile. And one day he just took off on this walk because he wanted to explore Melbourne. He just went by himself.
Yep.
He left in the morning, didn't come back until like the sun had gone down because he'd realised when he had left home, he didn't know how to get back there. And no one can contact him because he doesn't have his SIM card transferred over. So people are like trying to call him, text him, they're getting nothing back. And this bloke's just like walking around. I think he got on a few trams, just
Trying to figure
going
out which way
through
to-
Melbourne, trying to figure out how to get back to his house.
But he got back
He got back.
eventually.
But very funny. I remember the next day we all were at the club and I heard this story and lost it. Very good.
Tell us about Duffy's eating habits. Apparently he can eat.
Yeah, he can. What have you heard?
Just eats a lot of food.
Yeah.
That was the feedback from Boydie when we went to the Lebanese food with him and Sadi last week.
Yeah, he does. It's funny though. Like he eats the most random foods. Like we'll have dinner. He'll put on, I don't know, for example, he might make like a pasta or like a rice bowl, but then he would just go to the fridge and he would just start like grabbing pickles out of the jar and just eating pickles. And then he'll go back 5 minutes later and he'll make a bowl of yogurt and like put like fruit and berries and whatever else in it. Then he'll go back another 10 minutes and all of a sudden he's just eating a can of tuna like on its own. Like this is the combination of food that he eats.
Yeah.
So it's random, but yeah,
Makes it
he
interesting.
can eat.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But I think he's trying to cut back. To be honest.
Well, we did speak to both of you this time last year asking what it would be like being teammates, having not done it before. 1 year on, with the lived experience, how was it?
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I think I remember I briefly spoke on. I think every journey's different. You like in terms of brothers that play together. Not every single one is the same. You can't sort of just stereotype it. It'll be the same for the Camporellis, which they've come in with the wide eyes and just want to learn. It's been great. They've been fantastic, the both of them. But yeah, so I think for us, it's been a lot of fun. Obviously living together, we had a bit of a roller coaster year as a group. I think individually we sort of had that a little bit as well. Had to work through some mix of form and a few things, the both of us last year. Some good moments, some bad moments. But I think, being able to both be here now is in the same place. It has been enabled us to be able to work through it a bit more.
I did feel like that North game last year, which was your first.
Yeah.
You might not have been looking for each other, but you kept finding each other.
Yeah.
Is that accurate, Ollie?
Yeah, I think it's funny. Like, there's just moments throughout the game where like you do see yourself running side by side together, and you do sort of look for those moments. But I think it was just a coincidence that for it to happen. Obviously, our first game together, so we probably in the moment probably stands out a little bit more. Like they're playing together, they're passing the ball with each other a bit more. But that game was awesome. I think the biggest thing I feel like for the both of us, and probably something that we didn't quite understand until we actually got towards the back end of the year, and I might be speaking more on my own behalf with this, but I think it's more than us just being able to play together as brothers. I think it means so much to our family and friends, and where we grew up back in Albury, Wodonga, to all those people, like us being able to run out there together and play footy and live out our dream. Like, it's so special getting text messages and seeing our family in the room after the game, all being there for the both of us. I think, obviously, when Lige was at Gold Coast and I was here at Carlton, having them in there for just yourself, I think that feeling now that we have been in there together and all our family and friends being there to support us, I think that's probably been the most special thing about it.
Well, obviously, the Campo boys are here. I'm not sure if you feel threatened by the new brothers on the block. Yes or no?
No, they're
Of course
brilliant.
not.
They're brilliant.
Yeah. But obviously,
awesome.
that they have grown up playing in the same team.
Yeah.
In everything. They wouldn't know any different like you two would have. You were separate and then you've come back together again. Does that just make it even more special, like Ollie was saying, Lodge?
Being split and then coming back.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think they're more like two peas in a pot. But
Yeah.
They've got their own differences, all brothers do. But I think so. Being sort of split for 5 or 6 years, it's probably 7 years. And then coming back, it probably made it a little bit different. Like, it didn't just feel like the norm. Obviously, it was different to the everyday lives that we'd been living for quite a while. Like, we didn't, obviously, not only play footy together, we barely saw each other for that period of time. School holidays, that was about it, really. And then when I moved up to the Gold Coast, it was a couple of times a year. So definitely, going from that couple of times a year to every day took some readjusting. But
A good readjustment, I hope.
yeah, it was. And then keen to see what the Campo boys do.
yeah, absolutely.
They're strong.
Yep.
Oh, lifting good weights today.
Well, Ben's strong.
Lucas? Oh, no.
There was a fend off on you, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
That Ashley kicked a goal from at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Mott's protected you a few weeks ago, not naming you, and then we ended up posting it in the match sim vision.
I saw that, yeah.
Apologies about that. But there was another piece of vision in that match sim. Not to throw under the bus too much about Ben's fend off, but there was another piece of vision in that match sim. You're coming across half back, surveying your options, and we'll talk about the half back stuff shortly. You're surveying your options, looking about what's further down the field. You're getting a few teammates asking for the ball, and there is what can only be described as an exasperated yell from the man on your left.
It's because he gave it 5 seconds too late.
So you remember the playing question?
The what question?
Like the play that I'm talking
Oh,
about?
sorry. Yeah.
Is that fair? Is that a fair assessment?
I remember it, yeah.
I got secondhand embarrassment watching it just based off how loud he was screaming at me. Like, I know he's there,
And it was also right next to the camera. I think Beck was filming at the time, and it worked.
Yeah, well, he finally gave it. He was supposed to give it 5 seconds earlier. I don't know if you remember the vision. I then have to flick it over my head to Zach, where it could have been so much easier.
Just drawing the opponent, all that kind of thing, wasn't
But
it?
it wasn't drawing the opponent. He said that the opponent was on me, when actually the more that Ollie ran towards me, the closer the opponent got to me.
sometimes there's a better option to give rather than someone who's standing on the boundary.
Well, it sounds
But you still gave it.
It sounds
But
like
then
you
I
never
still
found
had
it.
to
Yeah,
give it.
exactly.
Considering the entire of Latrobe would have heard you
Is
call
it-
for the ball.
Is it different when you got teammates calling for the ball and when your older brother's calling for the ball? It shouldn't be different, but is it different?
Nah. I think certain voices stand out. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's calling for the ball.
No.
I sort of just
Yeah.
like, if I hear something or see something, like,
Just you go in that
there's
direction.
no face on it. There's no voice on it. I'm just like, that one.
I think
But
it's
there was
funny
no
though.
denying who this one was.
No, I saw him there, but I actually saw an option in the middle of the ground that I was going to give it to, but then he screamed at me, so I thought I'd better give it.
Oh, turn it up.
But again, passenger play worked. You got a Hollywood handball in there. It all worked out well.
Yeah, but it didn't need to be a Hollywood handball because he could have given it. Anyway, just give it early.
Happy with that assessment?
Sure.
Because he tried to grill me after it. After the play finished, he said, "What are you doing standing there? Why are you screaming?" And I said, well, anyway, I was just like, "You should have done this, should have done this."
Does this just, are these the kind of chat that just happened with the two of you, not with your other teammates?
No,
Yeah.
Yeah, that is good. Tight-knit group.
I don't do that to anyone else.
Good.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the wholesome stuff. This is starting to get out of hand. I think Martin Cross came to a few, was it early in your first year? Has he come?
Did he get to one last year? We're trying to figure that
No,
out.
he didn't get to one last year.
Yeah. Still watching, of course.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
Yeah, very closely. But yeah, he got to, I think he got to 2 games
In your
my
first year.
Yeah, which is really awesome. I was actually just talking to Tony just before.
Tony DeBelfo, for those who aren't aware. Club historian.
Yeah.
One of the greats.
Yeah, great. And so I was just chatting before, and he asked how's he going, and he was hoping that if Elijah and I had a photo with him recently to be able to put out there, and if there's any old footage that comes across, he was sent through to us to give to him. So it's really cool. But yeah, he managed to get to, I think he got to 2 games my first year, which was awesome. It's so cool. I think I was about to say but our family is massive.
Yours first.
Yeah, a massive football family. And lots of them are Carlton supporters. So they all rally together when a game comes on. And Martin, our great grandpa, they got this big TV like last year, and it got KO on it, so they're so excited. I don't think they really know how it works or anything.
But they've got it, and that's the main thing.
The first thing they did when they got KO was they rang up my, so they're our great grandparents. So they rang up our first grandparents and said, "Where are the movies?" On KO.
On KO.
Yeah.
They were like, "How do I watch the movies?"
Where's the movie channel? Well, I want to watch The Chase. How do I get to The Chase?
I love The Chase.
Well, it's not just you two, because like obviously you start with Martin Cross, Sauce with the original Sauce and Serge as well, Cotters with Len Cottrell, the Campos now with Scott. Blue Bloodline runs pretty strong.
Mackay?
Pretty strong here.
Yeah.
Mackay?
Mackay?
No relation. Abby McKay and Sophie McKay and AFLW and Meg Robertson as well, but
Yeah.
that's
Okay,
just
sorry.
yeah.
Maybe that's a question ask Nick Austin if that's
Well, also his old man was a premiership player here as
course.
well, so he's
course.
just it all works.
Yeah, family ties.
from the bingo card. It must be.
I like it.
Yeah, there's got to be there must be a quota or something.
Yeah.
Best to hit.
And then that's not to mention the amount of Carlton supporters that Nick has recruited in the last few years here.
Very true.
That's another
Very
thing,
true.
isn't it?
Well, on that, we obviously went through your Adelaide
Yeah.
supporting last year. Shouldn't you both technically have been Richmond?
Dad's not even Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any soft spot for them?
Definitely.
Soft spot?
I
but-
didn't.
No, but did he have a soft spot?
Oh no, he did.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
You, nah.
No, sorry. I thought you were asking if I did. Yeah, he did. But he was on 3 lists and got delisted by all 3 of them. So he sort of was just like, he grew for Carlton going up. And he said, why would I go for any of these teams that flicked me?
So Richmond? Where he
Richmond,
played?
he started it. He got drafted to Sydney initially
Yeah.
as a 17-year-old. And then he went to Richmond after a year or 2 at Sydney. And then he went
Played a season at Richmond.
played 2 years at Richmond, played 8 games. And then he went to Port Adelaide
Right.
on the rookie list for a couple of years.
So you really went on off Port, so you went for Adelaide instead.
Well, no. Then I was born in Adelaide. My mum was a Crows supporter.
Yeah.
I was in Adelaide. Dad was Carlton, and I just thought, well,
Yeah.
the Crows are right here.
Carlton now, though. I hope.
Carlton are over there. The Crows are right here.
But you're Carlton now?
Yes, I'm Carlton.
Good. Good save.
Oh,
So
even
he
filthier
was
at the
he was
Crows.
Carlton the whole way through.
Yeah.
Because of... And that's through
Yeah.
Martin's connection?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All our family has been Carlton since
Except one,
Except him.
as he breaks the microphone. Well, you, mate, like obviously coming in last year to your family's club, not anymore, but your family's club. What are the big differences heading into year 2 compared to year 1? Is it chalk and cheese, or is it
Oh, there's not going to be too much difference. Like I don't think we come in with a group with any more or less expectation than what we had the year before. I think it's just about rinse and repeat in terms of I know what's coming now. That's probably the difference. I learned what it's like to play for Carlton last year. Learned a few things along the way. Learned a lot last year. Feel like I was able to gel with the group. I played every game that I was allowed to play last year. So hit the summer, and then footy's only a couple of weeks away.
Which is so weird.
Yeah, it is weird, but and then around the actual game role, everything pretty similar.
Yeah.
Hopefully, all stays the same.
Well,
For me.
role for you, similar. Role for you, different. You had what, 3 weeks, 3 games of it, or 2.5, I think, because I think you maybe swapped at halftime in the final. But a new role across halfback, which came out of necessity for that starting in that West Coast game in Perth. We spoke on day 1 of preseason, and you weren't sure where it was gonna land. But is that the way forward for you now?
Yeah, it is. Growing in a lot of confidence back there. I think being able to spend what I've had as a preseason back there has been really enjoyable. I think getting that sort of consistency with what we've had has been. How you going there with that?
Now, was just on your microphone. That's good.
Just being consistent back there with our high tier half back line with Sardi, Cow, Matt Carroll's been there a bit as well, and then we've had Hainsey, Waders, Sam Durden, a pretty big group back there. So that's been really enjoyable. I think for me, being able to challenge a little bit more with my run, try and distribute the ball a bit more, get up the ground a bit more as well, and challenge in that aspect has been really enjoyable. But I think for me, it's just continue to keep learning the role, understanding the positioning and the craft around it. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it so far.
Lodge, you signed up for EPL Fantasy this year, and I'm not sure if you've touched it since then.
No, I've had a look.
You're struggling, but I'm not sure if you play Supercoach or AFL Fantasy.
Yeah. I've done a bit of both.
A little bit. You were in a lot of people's teams last year as a cheaper option.
I think I did okay.
You did okay. Thank you for the cash you generated for me. Really appreciate it.
How much did I generate? A couple hundred?
Enough.
Yeah, okay.
Enough. If you did Supercoach or AFL Fantasy this year, he is getting a bit of attention.
Is he?
For his new role.
Go AFL Fantasy, not Supercoach.
Well, we'll get onto that shortly. Will you pick him?
I'd pick him in Fantasy, not Supercoach.
Okay.
Supercoach takes into account disposal efficiency.
That's a drive-by. But half-back roll.
No, he's tried it really well.
Kick-ins.
Thanks, mate.
Hey!
Don't come in my disposal efficiency and say that.
Kick-ins.
Yeah,
Walking out of the square.
trying to. There was a clip the other day. And we were watching it kick in, and I looked at it and I was like, I should have just walked out of the square. That could have been
That's points.
Yeah,
easy points.
Yeah, easy points.
Well, for a different reason, I'm not sure how you'd go in Supercoach for one, and I want to read this out verbatim from the Herald Sun. We recorded this on Tuesday. Monday was public holiday in Melbourne, so I wasn't at Latrobe, but obviously wanted to keep up to date with what was going on at Latrobe in
Did you
Maxim
get public
yesterday.
holidays?
Occasionally. I was actually for a mate's wedding. Yes. Josh Barnes from the Herald Sun wrote a piece on who impressed during Carlton's match sim, and I want to read this out. So it says, Elijah Hollands, in his second year at Carlton, Hollands looks locked in as a high half forward. He set up a shot at goal for Harry Mackay before slotting one of his own. The goal came courtesy of a 50-metre penalty given away by his brother, Ollie.
I didn't kick the goal. I missed it.
And I didn't give away a 50 minutes.
Yeah, you did. You gave it away.
No, I gave the free kick.
Yeah, but who
and
did
then
the
someone
50?
ran into the protected zone.
So 0 from 2, Josh, but
I didn't even kick the goal. I missed it.
I thought you were helping him out. No, you
I'll
just
take that. Oh,
Nah.
It sounds like a kick time. But no, I
I didn't even do anything
blatantly
on the
missed the
mark.
set shot.
I just knew.
just fluffed, and you don't miss too many set shots.
No, that one I just missed that one to the right.
You're actually pretty smart last year because you had, I think at one point you were 7-0 from set shots because you had a few that failed to score early. So
Yeah,
it still
clever.
says 7 and zip.
Straight through or just shank it. Smart. Smart from the scoreboard. Point
Smart
of view.
man. So you didn't give away 50 for his goal.
No,
I didn't even.
I was
know
really
that.
flat with that too.
I thought we had some gold there. That's upsetting.
No,
That's over 2. That's pretty good content. though,
I
because
actually would love
that's
to
just funny
see.
that it doesn't even read right.
I'd love to see even the free kick. I did not think it was a free kick at all.
But who gave away the 50? Or you don't want to say? Or
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't
Actually,
know. I was
know,
picking the
but-
ball up.
What does it rhyme with?
Well, that's not a question to ask. Ollie.
Moving on.
Yeah, smart.
While we are on it, preseason cliches. We love it on this show. So this is the chance to talk about other people that aren't the two of you.
Great
sitting
segment.
here. Individual answers, please. So you can't say what the other one says. Preseason, currently, who's flying?
You start.
Nick Haynes.
Nick Haynes? Ollie?
Ratio Fantasia.
Nice. Who's bulked up?
Billy Wilson.
Billy Wilson?
Cooper Lord.
Cooper Lord. That's the first time we haven't heard Hutto's name in that section.
Oh, Skull's also gone big.
Well, yeah.
Who's set for more midfield time?
And Chera.
Yeah. I suppose he's
Jesse Motlop.
Jesse Motlop. He's going well. You're locking about
Mott's has gone well. I was going to say him for
Very,
his
very
flying,
well.
but everyone's saying he's flying.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
so
that.
more midfield time, just a few
Mott's,
Just a few stints in there. Nice. How much of preseason for you two is synchronising goal celebrations? Or
Synchronising?
not anymore.
Oh,
Not
right.
anymore because you're a defender, so you can't really get down
I
there
can
much.
still kick goals.
Point,
You'll still be there.
0.5%.
But it's still part of it.
We've probably done one, yeah.
Harry's still doing zoomies every time he kicks off. So
Yeah.
he still goes off.
He just goes for it, doesn't he? But
Yeah.
will any FIFA celebrations coming part of the rotation, or you've done that and now you're
Sounds like you want them.
no? We always ask about celebrations in this show. Thank you, Ollie. Because you had the Sonny one for
Actually,
a few
the
weeks.
hidden goal celebrating guy, man, is Austin. He told me to do the one that went viral
It's our younger
against
brother.
Sesame.
Yeah,
The
right.
younger brother.
The Rashford.
Context.
The Rashford one. Ozzy told me to do it during the week, and then I pulled it out and then
Then you
went
kicked two more.
ballistic. And then I kicked 2 more. It went ballistic and it went on the AFL. Like the AFL actually posted it.
Yeah,
I think the Cole Palmer one's good.
Yeah, but that's one that Walshy wants to do.
Oh,
yeah, but
I like this.
it's good. That was yours, and it obviously worked out well for
And then Ollie got the credit for it against North.
because they went straight. They went
Because
straight
they went
to you.
straight, as soon as I kicked it, it went straight to Ollie.
I don't
and
actually
Ollie's
think
on
there's
this.
vision of you doing it.
No, there's not.
Because it's all as soon as he kicks it.
To be
goes
fair,
you.
No,
Ollie
he didn't
reminded
do
me
it.
to do
He
it.
didn't do
yeah,
it.
But I'd planned to do that celebration for a little while,
yeah.
and then I did it a couple of weeks later against.
So much.
Adelaide or
No, I did.
you did it eventually.
I did it.
Eventually.
Yeah, I did eventually. No, but I said that you told me to do it. You reminded me to do it out there.
Yeah.
I did this, like when I was 17. The
Oh,
Paolo Dybala.
Dybala, yeah, yeah. So no more. Have you? Because you're.
That'll be something. I'm nearly getting in contact with my people.
There are some good.
I'm needing to get in
when you
contact
do
with
kick,
Aussie.
when you do kick the set shot in training, and not miss them like
Yeah,
like Josh
I'll
mentioned.
try and think of something.
Well, then you met him, Heung-min Son.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. How
That
good is
happened. They're in a spot of bother at the moment. Spurs,
Oh,
which we don't really want to talk
talking
about.
to Kempy about it.
He's lost his smile, Kempos, in the last. He was
Couple, yeah,
very happy a few weeks
He's
ago.
holding on to hope with the cups that they're in.
Yeah,
I think that's the whole Tottenham Football Club's just holding on to that.
and obviously Antwerp. We're thinking
And
of you,
Ange's
great
as
man. But what was it like meeting?
We met Ange as well.
Yeah,
It was
That was a
very
great night.
Yeah, it was a very starstruck sort of moment.
Yeah.
Like you don't understand quite how big like their sport is and the perspective it is. And then us getting to be even just at Amy Park and watch them train and then get to meet them, like it was a very cool moment.
Yeah, like they were only out there for 15, 20 minutes, I reckon, but it was like pretty cool to watch them go. Seen it. I'm like, I like my soccer. I'm not, probably not like a few of the boys downstairs that actually pretty much live and breathe it.
yeah.
But,
No one says the same.
but knowing a lot of the players, obviously knowing who Angie's and who a lot of the players were, and I've loved Heung-min Son for ages. Yeah, so seeing those guys and actually being able to meet them was pretty cool. And telling Sonny to come over and say g'day to us was
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
And probably not even knowing our names.
No,
but
of course not.
I think he knew Walshy.
New Walsh. He asked all the questions directly to Whooper.
Yeah.
And Kempy's sitting there as a Tottenham fan, like, oh, can I have...
He was a nervous man that night.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
So funny. He did a Channel 7 interview pitch side.
That's right.
When they were out at training,
Yeah.
and it looked like he was giving like a pre-game pitch side interview.
He had the Tottenham
Yeah,
jacket on.
because he had the Tottenham
Yeah.
jacket on. It looked like they were talking to one of the coaches like pre-game, and Kevin was like saying, "Yeah, the pitch is yada yada." Very funny. And but no, that was very cool to be able to meet those guys.
One of those cool Carlton moments, I guess, where you don't really get those opportunities many places else.
No.
We had Gov on the podcast last week, and we heard about
Juv.
Juv. Is that a new nickname for him?
Juv's been around for ages.
Juv.
Well, another Welshie story, just like while she was getting up talking through a clip, and he tried to he just couldn't spit it out. He goes, so we've got Juv here. So we've got Juv trying to get to say Gov.
And then Juv stuck.
And then Juv stuck.
Juv stuck.
That's actually upsetting. I didn't know about that before the podcast last week. But he obviously christened Harry Charlton as Gary.
Yes, yeah.
Are there any other nicknames floating about, or is that other than... Well, you've given us the Juv one, to be honest, so that's...
Yeah, you got Juv.
That's enough.
Lordie's Gospel.
Gospel.
Nice.
That came from Sammy Hamill.
That's very good.
So that's been around for a while.
Writes itself.
Yep.
Well, is Matt still getting a run?
Actually, that's starting to somewhat come back. It's quite funny. After our camp,
Yeah.
up on the Sunshine Coast, that one's starting to sort of pay a visit back.
So you were on GPS, first year player, GPS, went to the wrong place?
Tell the story.
Just very quickly, because Hutto kind of told me about it last week. So.
Yeah. So we were going for our afternoon rotations after training, and we're going to this big sporting complex. And so I was sitting in the front seat, and I copy and pasted the address out of our app, our Teamworks app, put it into Maps, and then it says it's half an hour away. And I was like, okay,
That's about right.
This is where we're going. Not knowing that half the bus had been there before. And I'm sitting in the front seat, like Ed's driving. So I've taken
Ed's driving. So
Ed's driving.
He would have just like moved on.
Yeah,
very
he's just
quickly.
been like very chill, like, okay, sure, that's what it's going to take. We're driving, all of a sudden we're like going down the coastline, like going past all these nice houses. And we start driving into like this country club golf course, and I'm like, oh sweet, this is so good. Like, look at those golf
First year
holes.
camp,
like,
this is great. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden we're like at this court, and it says like we've made it, and it's just this random house. And so all the boys like were very suspicious of like where we were going, as you would, not knowing that half the bus had been to the place before, and all of them were saying quietly behind my back that, oh, we're going the wrong way, So it ended up being an hour detour, and so that one.
And then you got called Maps,
And then I got called Maps.
which went away, and now it's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Thanks, Maps. You just get Lige? Lige? I heard Zachy calling you Lige the other day.
Yeah, Zachy runs Lige, mostly Lige.
Yeah, nice and easy.
Jav calls him Rog.
Oh yeah, there's a story about apparently I couldn't say my name as a kid. I'd say Roger, like it sounded like I was calling myself Roger rather than Elijah.
So
Rog.
So I told Jav that story, and Jav calls me Rog.
he doesn't need much, does he? To run something?
Nah, he doesn't need much at all.
So are you on GPS duty for tomorrow's trip to Torquay?
Like, fortunately, I lived in Geelong for 3 years,
So you should know where you're going.
if I don't know where I'm going, there's
If you end up in
major
Portsea,
issue.
you've made an issue.
Yeah, Portsea would be nice. Tomorrow is meant to be warm.
Well, obviously, like we've had a interesting few months here, back at Icon Park next week. But I guess first of all, what's the purpose behind the Torquay trip? Just to break up the weeks and kind of
Yeah, I like it. It'll be a good day tomorrow. I like sort of doing things like this, especially when you have Torquay on offer, or like at least at a Portsea or something like that. So it'll be good. Nice little connection day with the boys. Just got a little training session, knock over a bit of gym, and then we'll have sort of time for the playing group in the afternoon to be able to sort of set up the year from a playing group perspective. So that'll be fantastic.
I think if Carlton fans hear Carlton playing group going down to Torquay, they'll think of Camp Kerno Mark II. So
I think there could be a little fireplace going on, but
head down to Eds and away we go.
yeah. But they're always, it's great. This will be great. It'd be nice to get down there tomorrow. Well, the leadership group's always looking for opportunities for us to be able to connect like this and be able to talk about what we sort of want the next few weeks to look like coming into games and how we sort of want to be as a football club and as a unit. So it's always good to have opportunities like this to break it up, particularly in the middle of pre-season. So yeah, it'll be good.
Torquay Wednesday, Bundoora Friday.
Golf Thursday. Golf Thursday.
Golf Thursday. And then potentially Monday just before community camp in Bendigo is
Bendigo.
Potentially a return to Icon Park. How much are the playing group looking forward to being back home?
Very
Well
much.
and truly.
Very much.
It's a bit of a tease, sort of being in the gym and looking out, and
Looks pretty good out there.
it does.
Yeah, it looks really
does.
good now.
Yeah.
I think we could have nearly pushed to get on this week, but they held off, and
I think we come in at a good time, actually.
makes you appreciate
Yeah.
being in the heart of the city, like
Yeah.
being around it all. And obviously, we're so lucky to be able to have such good ground and great facilities. But I think that's the feeling you get when you go away from a place like this. Like that is how special it is. So.
It'll be, I guess, great to be back here and then back into the swing of things in terms of games. Very
I
shortly.
think coming in Icon back here for the full day, whilst we're moving into games, is perfect timing. As we sort of move gradually into the in-season programming, being able to have that here is ideal. Because what is it? It's like 3 weeks until we play St Kilda now. We've got our inch club before that.
Yeah.
We basically just had a whole day of match sim yesterday.
Yeah.
We're getting into footy, which
Yeah.
is so much fun.
January's match him and then Feb is just
Yeah.
you're back, essentially.
Feb, you're back. Once you sort of see community camp come around.
Home stretch.
Yeah, home stretch.
Home stretch from there, which is very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, boys, thanks for rejoining us on the show. Got a bit
No
prickly
worries.
about halfway through there, with talking about a hospital handball or whatever it was that you weren't thrilled about, but I'm glad that we made it.
It's pretty standard behaviour, to be honest.
You do get along.
He's either right and I'm wrong, or it's the other way. So.
I don't think it's ever the other way. No, thank you for joining us, and I guess all the best for season 25. And
Thanks, Critter.
Thank you
look
very
forward
much.
to many more goal celebrations to come.
Yeah, more goal celebrations. More
We'll
goals.
find something.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you.
Thank you.